Yo, episode 4 hits different on every level. We got investigation breakthroughs, blackmail schemes, PTSD, stalker behavior, money theft, a police brutality video that changes everything, and Madam taking someone to her basement where she kills him. This episode is dark and complex. Let's break it down. Episode opens with Madam doing a journalist interview about her recovery and comeback. She's talking about the club reopening, giving back to the community, all that inspirational stuff. But then the journalist asks what else is on her mind, and boom, she flashes back to the shooting. She's got PTSD, full blown. Blue sees it and shuts down the interview immediately. That's enough, thank you. Back at her office with Blue and Tommy, Madam's asking why they aren't moving faster on finding her shooter. Blue and Tommy hit her with intel. They found a valet with a bricklord's tattoo. This could be a professional hit, since they've a serious beef with the Blackrock boys. Madam's ready to go get them immediately, but Blue's like, nah, we gotta be certain first. We can't just go after them without solid proof. Madam tells her to get on it. And Tommy heads to Matty B's to dig deeper into what's really going on there. Tommy goes to Matty B's and comes back with major intel. Rick Lawrence and the Bricklord's crew are literally selling drugs from the valet stand at Matty B's. That's a violation, because that entire territory belongs to the Black Rocks, which means it belongs to James DeVille, Madam's father. Now it makes perfect sense why Bricklords wanted to take Madam out. They weren't just trying to kill her for personal reasons. They wanted to eliminate her so they could expand their drug operation in her territory without worrying about retaliation from her father. While all this is happening, Carla comes to Toni telling her she should deposit some money at the bank since Toni said she wanted more responsibility in the business. Carla's happy to give her that trust. But here's the thing, Toni is about to steal from her own sister. While Carla's giving her money for the business, Toni's pocketing some of it for herself. This is embezzlement. This is betrayal. Carla's trying to empower her sister, and Toni's taking advantage of that trust. Remember, Toni already hired a hitman to shoot Madame. Now she's stealing from Carla. This woman is operating on a different level of cold-blooded. These sisters are not loyal to each other at all. While Madam's dealing with business, Midnight gets his own problem. He receives fan mail that was mixed with Madam's well wishes. He opens it and it's from Raynay, the girl who stabbed him earlier. The letter is disturbing. It triggers Midnight and he starts having PTSD just like Madam. What did this girl write that got in his head like this? She's clearly obsessed. But it gets worse. Raynay doesn't just write letters. She breaks into Midnight's apartment. She's lying on his bed. She's sniffing his stuff. This girl is unhinged. She's a full-on stalker. Madam literally tells Midnight, whenever this girl shows up, you kill her. That's how serious the threat is. Raynay's love for Midnight has crossed from romance into psychosis. She's a danger to him, and Madam's making it clear self-defense is authorized. This subplot is dark and it's getting darker. Tandy confronts Quincy outside Club Eden about her gun. Tandy's like, you've stolen the gun in my safe. Quincy hits her with logic. You can't prove it, and Tandy goes like, if the police dust my safe's keypad for fingerprints, they'll find your prints all over it. Then Quincy goes full villain mode. He threatens to give the gun to police for the reward. But if Tandy wants to keep this quiet, she's got to pay him more money than what the police are offering. This man is blackmailing the mayor of Atlanta. Quincy just made himself a target on multiple sides. He's holding murder evidence, demanding payment, and bragging about it. He's walking around with a death sentence on his head, and he doesn't even realize it. Amp goes to Madam's office asking for a promotion to manager. Madam shuts him down immediately with the hard truth. You're an ex-convict. You're an alcoholic. You don't know how to manage a nightclub. Amp is crushed. He goes to Dime emotional about it, and she tells him he can do anything he wants. She tells him to call his sponsor right now. When he does, his sponsor finds out about the baby coming in 9 months and congratulates him. That baby becomes his fuel. That's motivation on a whole different level. His sponsor tells him this baby should drive him to keep working the program and stay clean, and Amp gets it. For the first time, he's got something real to fight for. He's not just fighting for himself anymore, he's fighting for his kid. Meanwhile, Smoke comes to see Madam about the marijuana farm operation. He tells her he's been developing a new strain for his horticulture business and he's ready to handle the whole operation for her. He even jokes that he's disappointed he didn't get to kill someone for her, but the weed business is the next best thing. They make a deal. Babyface's new sugar mummy Samantha shows up at Club Eden. He's all excited, telling her to have fun and come back whenever she wants. But then he sees her dancing with Big D. Babyface gets upset and confronts Big D. He's like, yo, that's my sponsor. There's a code at Club Eden. You don't mess with each other's tippers. Big D's like, I didn't know, but Babyface reminds him. Keep it 100 next time. This club loyalty is real. These men have unwritten rules about respecting each other's clients. But it also shows how transactional these relationships are. Everyone's got a sponsor. Everyone's getting paid. The lines between work and personal relationships are blurred. Meanwhile, back in the dressing room, Trouble's mocking Babyface about the new chain Samantha bought him. Trouble's joking that she bought it with her disability check. But Babyface corrects him. Samantha's using a walker because of knee surgery, not disability. She's legitimately wealthy. She's a real sugar mummy with money to spend. Then we get to the darkest moment of the episode. A man shows up at Madam's office, the same man who beat up El Fuego with a baseball bat. He's demanding compensation for work he did. Apparently, Madam hired him to eliminate Sandra Ramirez El Fuego's girlfriend. The job got done, but now his men are missing and he wants money for his losses. He's coming to Madam's office making demands. Madam doesn't negotiate. She doesn't argue. She calls Blue and tells her to take him to the vault to collect whatever hefty amount he's requesting. She's got that look, though. That you're about to die look. Cut to the end of the episode. Madam's in her basement with this man, and the implication is clear. She killed him. Madam just committed murder in her own basement to tie up loose ends. That's how dark this show got. That's how ruthless Madam is when it comes to her business. Tandy goes to Detective Davis asking for updates on who shot Madam. Davis reveals she hasn't even taken a statement from Tandy yet. And Davis makes it clear she knows about the history between Tandy and Madam. That makes Tandy a suspect with motive. Tandy hits her with a power play. I'm the mayor. I'm the one who appoints your boss. Davis tells her that threatening her job isn't the move. And now she's officially looking at Tandy as a suspect. Meanwhile, Doc's got his own problem. His phone got doxed by Nyema, the forensic girl he allegedly drugged. Now the entire city's calling him a rapist and threatening him. La Fuego tells him to change his number and passwords because she can do this again. Davis eventually tells Nyema to take down the doxing campaign because it's hurting the department's reputation. But the damage is done. Doc's reputation is ruined and he's a target now. At the end of the episode, the dancers are closing down the club and tipping out their earnings to Dime. Midnight's distracted though, watching something on his phone. He's watching a police brutality video. The video shows Reyshon, one of Madam's dancers, getting brutalized by police. This ain't random violence. This is systemic. This is state violence against black men playing out in real time. The whole crew sees it and the energy in the room shifts. For all the internal drama and gang wars and conspiracies, there's a bigger reality. Police brutality is real and it affects people in Madam's crew. Reyshon's justice becomes the episode's emotional anchor. Because at the end of the day, Madam's running a nightclub full of black men in a system that targets them. This video is a wake-up call. Episode 4 escalates everything. The investigation's getting hot, Madam's committing murders, police brutality is being exposed. Raynay's stalking Midnight in the most creepy way possible. Toni's stealing from Carla. Quincy's blackmailing the mayor. And the conspiracy has layers we're only starting to understand. Who's gonna face consequences? What happens when James DeVille finds out about the drug operation in his territory? How does Reyshon's brutality video change the narrative? Drop your theories in the comments. Episode 5 is coming and the truth is about to explode. Like, subscribe, let's figure this out together. Peace.